Hey Brainiacs, how you guys doing today? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of My Humble Opinion. I'm at Cam's Brain, and we are back again in a different area, different environment, other than the regular podcast setup that I usually do. And we're talking about the fourth law of power. The fourth law of power being always say less than necessary. So saying less than necessary is always important, specifically when you're dealing with what we were talking about in the last episode, where you have certain business things that you're trying to get done, certain moves that you're trying to make. Sometimes if you tell people too much of what you have going on, their intentions can be unpure. Their intentions can be to stop you from doing what it is you're wanting to do. I have two older brothers. They used to always say less. Say less meaning like, don't always tell everybody what you're thinking. Don't always tell everybody what you're doing. I think that can be like a spiritual thing and a business thing. Sometimes some people's spirit can put a damper on what you have going on. So always saying less than necessary is very important. You also have to consider why people say less to you. What they're hiding. What is it that they can be telling you that could benefit you, right? Especially if you're in a partnership or something along those lines and you feel like somebody is not necessarily being forthright with you about what they have going on, or even in a relationship. The thing about it is, it goes both ways. You can say less and somebody else can say less. And when you realize somebody else is saying less, you got to figure out why. Are they being sneaky? Are they trying to protect you for something? So like I said before, it's all about asking questions and trying to figure out why people are doing some of the things that they're doing. But ultimately, saying less is a pretty good approach to a lot of different things. There used to be a saying, it's better to be a fool and stay silent than to open your mouth and erase all doubt. Essentially, saying less is more, believe me. Now, there's also a flip side to saying less. Sometimes you can ruin your opportunities. Sometimes it puts you in a position where you don't really show everybody who you really are in the most positive way possible. So it stifles the way you're able to move for yourself if you don't say enough. So you have to find that perfect balance between not saying too much and saying just enough for somebody to understand and respect what it is you're trying to do. It's also important to do this with the company you keep. A lot of times when you're dealing with certain people, it's very important that they're aware of the way that you do things. That way, they don't say too much when they're asked about you. The company that you keep is very vital for you to be successful in a lot of different ways. And again, the bigger picture of the situation is making sure people that are around you are thinking like you. So if you're saying less, but you have people around you that are saying more, you also have to be aware of that. That goes with friends, family, and anybody else you're dealing with. The more people know about you, the more they can use against you. The less people know about you, the less they can use against you. So saying less than necessary is important when you're dealing with people who know you as well. Allow yourself to be around certain people that can speak for you or can speak about you. You also have to make them be aware, hey, don't say too much about me, because at the end of the day, every person that you decide to be around becomes a representation of you, specifically if somebody knows that you deal with them. So saying less goes beyond what you do. It also extends to the people that you're around. I want y'all to leave a comment down below and let me know what y'all feel about this. Do you feel like it's important to say less, or it's not important to say less? I feel like for me, I ain't telling nobody nothing at the end of the day, unless I already have everything solidified and put in grill. If I got a problem or situation occurring, at the end of the day, I'm gonna figure that out with the people that I know I can trust and that moves like me. Then I'll open my mouth and let other people know about what I have going on. I know for myself, I'm not sharing nothing with nobody until I have everything in my life completely solidified. If I got something going on, and if I have people around me that are close to me, I'm making sure that they understand they need to say less just as much as I need to say less until I get things sorted out. At the end of the day, it's very important to figure out the company that you want to keep. And it's very important that that company that you keep are on the same frequencies as you are on. That's my humble opinion. Y'all leave a like, y'all leave a comment down below. Let's get involved and have have a conversation about this. Let me know how y'all feel about saying less, and if it's important for the people around you to also say less. I'd like to thank y'all very much for tuning in to another episode of My Humble Opinion. I am at Cam's Brain, and I will see you next time. Peace.